Hi there, this is biggerlouie1988 and I'm back with my DVD review of this here, if you can see, UFC 2 No Way Out. Now this was basically the same concept as UFC 1, but instead of 8 fighters, there is 16 fighters. So this was a 16-man tournament. Basically the same format. All of these 16 fighters have all got different uh, different fighting styles, and big tournament, and it was a pretty damn good DVD to watch. Very brutal, but what happened is there was some there was some um, prelim fights before the actual fights were shown on this DVD. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you about the prelim fights, and then I will tell you what fights were on the DVD. So these are the prelim fights. There was Scott Morris took on Sean Daugherty. Scott Morris beat Sean Daugherty via submission, guillotine choke in just 20 seconds. Patrick Smith took on Ray Wizard. Patrick Smith defeated Ray Wizard with another guillotine choke in just 58 seconds. Johnny Rhodes took on David Levicki, and he pounded him into submission, and his fight lasted 12 minutes and 13 seconds. Frank Hamaker took on Thaddeus Luster. Frank Hamaker TKO'd Thaddeus Luster in just 4 minutes 52 seconds. And then there was another fight. Orlando Wiet took on Robert Lucarelli. I think that's how you pronounce it. Orlando Wiet TKO'd Robert Lucarelli in just 2 minutes 50 seconds by his deadly knees, which was an unbelievable knockout. Remco Pardoel took on Alberto Sierra Leone. Remco Pardoel got Alberto Sierra Leone in a submission armlock in 9 minutes 51 seconds. And Jason DeLucia took on Scott Baker, and he pounded him into submission in just 6 minutes 41 seconds. Now, then all of the next fights were on the DVD. So the first fight they shown you on the DVD was Royce Gracie took on Minoki Ichihara, which was a one-sided fight. Royce Gracie just absolutely took Ichihara to school, taught him a lesson about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Gracie beat Ichihara by a submission with a lapel choke, which was mistakenly called an armbar by the commentators, and he beat Ichihara in 5 minutes 8 seconds. The next fight, Patrick Smith, who won his last fight against Ray Wizard, he was back. You may remember him from UFC 1. Patrick Smith took on Scott Morris, and he knocked out Scott Morris in just 30 seconds. Now, this fight was just unbelievable. You saw how intense Patrick Smith was and how much of an animal and how much of a beast he is. He just literally, Scott Morris ran to him to take him down. Patrick Smith caught him with his arms and did not move, threw him to the floor and just pounded him, and he just pounded him until his face got all bloody and messy, and that was in 30 seconds, and that was unbelievable. The next fight was Johnny Rhodes taking on Fred Ettish. Now, Fred Ettish took the place of Frank Hamaker, who got injured in the opening round fight. Johnny Rhodes made Fred Ettish submit in a bulldog choke in just 3 minutes 7 seconds. Now, Johnny Rhodes at this time in UFC 2, his age was, he was the oldest competitor in the tournament, and he showed a lot of guts and a lot of determination, and he basically wiped the floor with Fred Ettish. He absolutely wiped the floor with him. The next fight was Remco Pardoel took on Orlando Wiet. Many, including the commentators and me personally, myself, thought Orlando Wiet was just gonna wipe the floor with Remco Pardoel. Not the case. Remco Pardoel knocked out Orlando Wiet in just 1 minute 29 seconds with elbows. What happened was Remco Pardoel got Orlando Wiet to the floor. He had his back across his whole body. He had his head here, and he was giving him elbow smashes, and completely knocked out Orlando Wiet. The next fight was Royce Gracie taking on Jason DeLucia. Now, if people know the history about this fight, Jason DeLucia has already fought Royce Gracie in the past, but not in the octagon. If you have a look on YouTube, I'm sure it might be there. There's an old home video of a fight between Royce Gracie and Jason DeLucia, and Royce Gracie wiped the floor with Jason DeLucia then, and he did at UFC 2. Royce Gracie beat Jason DeLucia by a armlock in just 1 minute 7 seconds. Now, this was very unusual how he did this. Royce Gracie had the back of Jason DeLucia. Jason DeLucia threw off Royce Gracie, or what he thought, and he was getting up, but whilst he's getting up, Royce Gracie already had him in an armlock. So Jason DeLucia was standing up but tapping out to the armlock with Royce Gracie hanging on to his arm, which was unbelievable submission, and a beautiful submission. The next fight is Patrick Smith took on Johnny Rhodes. The last two fights were really took a toll on Johnny Rhodes. Patrick Smith easily got Johnny Rhodes in a submission guillotine choke, a standing guillotine choke, in just 1 minute 7 seconds. The next fight was Royce Gracie took on Remco Pardoel. This was easily David versus Goliath. Remco Pardoel, not a small man, quite a very, very large man. And Royce Gracie, if you know, if any mixed martial arts fans know, he's not the biggest of guys. Royce Gracie absolutely wiped the floor with Remco Pardoel. He got him in a submission, finally got him to the floor, got him in a submission with a lapel choke in 1 minute 31 seconds. And in this DVD, one of the interviewers, I can't remember his name now, had a little short interview with Ken Shamrock, and Ken Shamrock was just saying he was very pleased with all of the fights, and he was hoping to get in the octagon one more time with Royce Gracie. And now we come to the finals. It is Royce Gracie taking on Patrick Smith. Even though this was in the hometown of Patrick Smith, Royce Gracie took him to school. Royce Gracie pounded him into submission in just 1 minute 17 seconds to win the UFC 2 tournament. And that's it. That's my UFC 2 that's my UFC 2 DVD review. A fairly good DVD, both of them, if you're looking to see the old school UFC. A lot of great fights, a lot of no holds barred fights, which is pretty damn brutal. And that's it. My next review will be WrestleMania 2. And I've just got to say thank you for everybody who is watching this video right now. If you like my videos, please, you know what to do. Subscribe. I'll be doing a lot more videos, and that's it. I'll see you again. So cheers. See you later. Bye bye.